But you know, the book that really knocked the socks off of me, and this is a later book that most plein air painters don't recommend, but I found it to be really helpful. It's Composition. And I'll tell you, Composition, Understanding Line, Notan, and Color by Arthur Wesley Dow.
Okay.
This book, okay, one of the things I've discovered when teaching students is that they come to painting wanting to paint a thing.
Right.
Like a person or a dog or a tree or a scene, which is made up of things. And, you know, let's just go so far. Let's say, you know, in some of these paintings, we'll talk about the placement of trees, the placement of mountains, but it still has you thinking tree, mountain, thing. And this artist talks, and this instructor said, and basically classically or academically, you begin with drawing. That's the traditional way of teaching art.
Yes.
But this particular author believes that design is the foundation for all art. And you need to look at design principles and look at all the art from that perspective. And he does that in the book. And, you know, he'll start with, I mean, even architectural design or pattern design in clothing and in decoration and everything. And then he works into what's typically called notan, which is a two-dimensional kind of flat space and division of space.
Right.
And maybe at first it's only 2 values and then 3 values and 4. But you're really dividing this two-dimensional surface into some sort of dynamic design, you know.
Right.
And so yes, you have trees in it, but you're really thinking in terms of the space and the arrangement of the space and the values in that space and whether or not they work together. And the exercises he has in there, I don't think I've ever seen anybody do. But I think if you went through them, you would start seeing the world differently. And if you started making a painting, you'd say, oh, this is a dark shape, this is a light shape, this is, you know, this is large, this has got soft edges, this got, you know, it's just, so I really find his book by Arthur Wesley Dow, because he's coming at structure from a pure design aspect. You know, like when I went to the university, I had a design class that I had no idea what this thing was about. You know, it was like scraps of paper and moving it around. And I think that his approach to teaching design really teaches you how to structure and think in terms of design, so that when you're actually looking at something, you're starting to see design, you know.
Right.
So
and I understand, because I have a degree in design.
Oh, okay.
So my whole thing was design for so many years, and I had to let go of it a little bit, but it's still underneath everything that you do as becoming a fine artist in a sense of wherever you're going, abstraction, realism, it's still all there.